Hi SEMO family, this is Megan Ambinder talking about my personal change theory. So first question is why I want to be a counselor. So I've always wanted to be a counselor. When I was choosing an undergrad, I chose special education because I wanted to be familiar with the different abilities and how they affect people. And I thought like, oh, maybe I just want to be a teacher. But then all of the professional development that I enjoy going to is related to trauma and social emotional wellness, and I'm really into yoga myself, so I wanted to kind of fuse together the counseling and the education and the yoga that I do, so I'm hoping to make that into a career. And as far as someone that I've helped, a student that stands out to me the most is Tyler. I got him in 6th grade. He transferred from another school, and Mom told me that he didn't do much at his last school. He got to sleep, and the teachers didn't want to deal with his behaviors because he would have violent outbursts, so they just let him do whatever they wanted, whatever he wanted. And so working with Mom and working with other teachers, we were able to kind of get him on the right track, and he was successful. And what I consider success for him is that he was in control of his emotions. He was able to participate in class majority of time. He wasn't sleeping. We kind of just worked through the issues whenever one would arise, and the high expectations and the consistency that was offered to him really benefited him in the classroom. How would counseling help someone? So I am currently seeing a counselor because I'm experiencing some workplace trauma. So this year I felt very strongly that one of my students was not in the right placement. She was very violent. She would spit. She would throw things. She would scream bloody murder. Most of my kids were not getting their IEP minutes met because I was dealing with her behaviors, and they were in the hallway kind of doing busy work. And in the bottom of my heart, I felt like this is wrong. I need to do something about it, because if I don't feel comfortable sending my own student, my own child into this classroom, like how can I feel confident as a teacher? Like it's a pretty crummy feeling. So I said something to my administrators. They were already aware. We had meeting after meeting. We had shared Google Docs on this child. We had emails. I was in constant communication with this mother also. And anyway, so I went to my superintendent and told her my concerns, and kind of was like, we need to think about a different placement, or we need to think about a different classroom, or getting me an extra helper. Something had to change, in my opinion, because it wasn't fair. 2 weeks later, I was non-renewed, and that was kind of like a huge shock to my system, because as a teacher, I'm one of those like type A type of people that's like has to be the perfect teacher, and I had an IEP growing up, so I care really strongly about my job and doing a good job with it. So this was like them telling me that I wasn't doing a good job. Obviously, when you get fired, that's what someone would normally feel. So I started seeing a counselor, and I kind of realized that, my ADHD and anxiety and trauma, like from being a child, like just my childhood trauma of not wanting to be special ed type of thing, was all coming out when I got fired. So I think as far as why would someone see a counselor, I think usually there's a trigger in life. So for me, it was my job loss, because I wasn't going to just go to a counselor for anxiety and ADHD, but I can go to a counselor and say, like, I'm going to a counselor because I need to get over the trauma that I experienced from work. So another traumatic experiences might be like a job, like obviously job loss, divorce, maybe like a child gets diagnosed with ADHD, or a child is struggling in the classroom, death in the family, just any sort of life changes, I think would warrant the need to see a counselor. And then as far as how to measure emotional change, and this is just my teacher version of things, obviously, but I have this, the zones of regulation, and what this is like we have the green zone. Green zone is the best zone. That's where we want to always be. It's calm, ready to learn, happy. And then yellow zone is anxious or worried. Blue zone is tired, sick. And then the red zone is angry, mad, hitting, or yelling. So every day we would go over this in the classroom, and it was a good check-in to see how people were. And I think keeping a chart of this, and then also like what are some things that helped us get to the green zone. Like for me, I go to yoga a lot, so that helps me stay in the green zone, and going like a lot of exercise and different activities like that help me stay in the green zone. So tracking that, and then what it means to be mentally healthy or well. I think it's all about having a balance in life. So having a work and family balance and alone time balance, and then being self-actualized, and then taking proper amounts of vitamins, not overextending yourself, setting proper boundaries for family and coworkers and friends. I think those are all a part of being a healthy person. So that's all I got for you guys. I look forward to working with everyone. Have a great day. Bye.